I think as you guys are out there, you're going to see the staff lead these players. You're not going to see the players lead the staff. You're going to see the staff, by example, by their energy, their enthusiasm, their intensity, lead our players initially. I did a radio show last night, and they asked me the question about the players being the leader. We're so far from our players being leaders. They couldn't possibly be leaders in our system because they don't know how to lead yet. They don't know what we want. Eventually they'll take over. When you become a great team, your players are your leaders. But we have a long ways before that. We have to lead right now, and so I think in these first 2 days, we can't have pads on. We only have helmets. So I still think even at that, I think there's the feeling that I have around our coaches and our players. I think they're so excited we're going to have to pull them back, just for safety reasons until we get the pads on Friday. We don't want to do too much right away because you'll fall into guys not getting really good at anything. And so we won't move guys too much, but we do, as we go, we got to figure it out. We got to figure out who are our best 5 and where to play them. So you'll see guys move a little bit, but early on we got to leave guys at their spots. And as we go and they get that down, we'll start moving them around and cross training them. The system does help that a lot because we don't run a bunch of different run plays, that it's a lot easier in this system than other systems for a guy to go from tackle to guard, or from guard to the other guard, or from guard to tackle. Yeah, you're going to see the 2 guys take exactly equal reps. You're going to see them start different drills. So one will start one drill and one will start the next drill, and so they'll have the exact equal opportunity. And when he gets back, then all 3 will do the same thing. Yeah, you see it all the time. The best example I can give you is free agency in the NFL. Why does a guy get paid all this money in free agency and then he goes somewhere and he's not very productive? And the other way, why do you see a guy get a minimum contract and he goes somewhere and plays really great? The Matt Castle scenario, of what just happened with him and the Patriots. So I think guys you have to see them within your system, and it's nothing bad or good about what was done here before. No matter what, when you change an offensive system, and especially as much as we change, there's absolutely no carryover from what was being done before, terminology or scheme-wise, that you've got to see them in your own system. And the reason that we do that, instead of watching this and making all this judgment, is if we make that judgment, we start to figure, well, this guy's better than this guy. Well, as coaches, you'll draw the guys that way. You'll do it. It'll be your natural tendency, and that's why I don't let our coaches start saying this guy's better than this guy based off last year's film, because they'll make that happen, and that's the last thing you want, because you're not really finding the best guy. Yeah, we're not going to protect anybody. We're not good enough to do that. Maybe someday that happens down the road, but right now we got to figure out who can play. We don't know enough about our players. None of these guys have done enough to be able to say, outside of Eric, to be able to say that they know how to really perform at a high level. And so we got to figure it out from every position who can play for us. And I think when you do that, you'll find surprises. I think there'll be guys that there'll be guys, some of our players in this room, you think, boy, maybe they haven't done much before, and they'll surprise you and shock you, and all of a sudden be playing more for us. And some guys on the other hand that maybe have played a bunch of games here and played a bunch of snaps that get beat out.